Jaden, thank you, and welcome to today's Camino segments. While there are many ways to describe the U.S., one of the most popular ways, things that you'll hear constantly, is it's a melting pot. That was meant to be a way to describe the different cultures and the assimilation we see throughout the U.S., and this continues to be true today, especially in certain parts of the country like the Southwest. Joining me now for a deeper look at the complex history of the region is American politician, diplomat, and author, someone who needs no introduction, Ken Salazar, who used to represent Colorado in the Senate, became the Interior Secretary under President Obama, and eventually the U.S. Ambassador to Mexico. And we don't have time to read the rest of the resume, but sir, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Phil. It's great to be here with you. Great to be here at Channel 9 once again.
So you've written a book, and you mentioned to me that this has been your project since you got back from Mexico, and we'll talk more about that. But Borderlands is the name of the book. Talk to me about how it came about.
So Borderlands is a story about a united America and the importance for us to unite as a country. We're living through some very divisive times, frankly, in large part because there's not an understanding of who we are as a people. And for us to transcend these divided times, what we really have to do is we have to understand each other. So the book is about the U.S. Mexico relationship, about an inclusive America, which means everybody needs to be at the table. It's about diversity as our superpower. And here in Colorado, I'm proud to say, proud to be a Coloradan all my life and proud to have been here for many generations. I think Colorado is the best example of a united America, and I think that's what we need across the country.
A lot of times when people write a book, it's been coming for years. I know this has been the last year, your project for the last year, but do you feel like this subject, Mexico, America, united people, has this been coming for a while for you?
It has. It's a life story, right? It's the hardest thing I've ever done. People ask me, what are you doing now? Well, I'm ranching, spending a lot of time on the ranch, but I'm also doing a lot of things just writing this book, and that's been my vocation for the last year. And it's looking back at my own life. What have I been through? What have I learned? But most importantly, also looking at the future. Where do we want to be? Where do we want to be in 2030 and 2050 as a country, as a nation? I see myself as part of the American dream, and I've been very blessed that Colorado has given me that privilege to be part of that dream. I want to make sure that we understand where we have come from, where we are today, and where we're going in the creation of this new North American alliance.
Why do you think it's so important to, in that vein, understand the relationship between Mexico and America?
I was driving up from the ranch last night and going through Pueblo and crossing the Arkansas River. And I was thinking at one point in time that used to be part of New Spain. It was part of Spain until 1821. And then from 1821, 1848, it was part of Mexico. So everything that is the southwestern part of the United States was once part of Mexico. And the boundary, the border between the U.S. and Mexico was formed as a result of the Mexican-American War. That history very much has to be known to inform us in terms of what we're facing today on creating a modern and secure border, in making sure that we are understanding both Mexico and the United States if we're going to solve the big problems that we face together as two countries. And that's important for me because coming off being United States ambassador to Mexico for 4 years, and which is probably the hardest job that I've ever had in my public life, it's important for us to lift this understanding up of how we in North America can be an economic and democratic powerhouse.
I'm curious, you may know Mexico better than most because of your post there. Most recently, I'm wondering, there are a lot of people in this country who think like you, that we should get along, we should understand each other and not see each other as other. I'm wondering, in your travels through Mexico, are there people there that feel the exact same way?
Very much so. I mean, Mexico is a very diverse country. I mean, one of the greatest things that happened to me is that I got to see Mexico. I was in all 32 states. When you go down to the southeast, that's the land of the Mayas. So you have states as the size of Colorado that basically are almost 100% Mayan Indian, going back thousands of years in that area. You see the largest rainforest in the Western Hemisphere next to the Amazon in the southeast, and then the deserts of the north. So it's a beautiful country, as is our country here in the United States, but the recognition that the relationship is more than tequila, more than just Tecate beer, more than avocados, but it's a connection of the peoples of both countries. And when one looks at the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and you posit, where are we going to be together? in 2030 and 2040, it's important that we solve problems together. And that's one of the key messages of the book.
What is your hope for that? Where do you see us being in 2030?
Yeah,
With where we are today, I should say.
Well, I hope here in our own country, we overcome our own borderlands. We're living in the greatest division that I've ever seen. And you know, I've been in a lot of campaigns, presidential campaigns, U.S. Senate campaigns all over the country. I've never seen such a divided time. You know, a time when we could say there's only one United States of America, not a red and blue America. You know, we need to get back to that and recognizing that we can deal with the toughest issues when we are united, but we can't do it when we're going through the poisonous kinds of debates we're going through today.
Do you think we can get back from that? Because we hear in the media, we cover politics all the time, and it seems like politics has permeated almost every issue that you can possibly talk about today, even the most benign. Once we've gotten to that point, how do we get back?
You know, the American people are really good people. We've seen it here in Colorado. I see it in my native valley, in the San Luis Valley, right, where my own county is more Republican than it is Democrat. But the people are good. They're salt of the earth. They understand the importance of the connection of we as humans and our land and our water. And we understand the importance of neighbors and helping each other, no matter what your party might be. I think that's the soul of the American people. And that's why I have great hope that we're going to bring it back to a point where we are less divided, much more united, and we can tackle the big challenges of our time. And that's from energy and climate to dealing with the tough issues of migration, security, all of those things. I think we can get there, but it's going to take the spirit of the American people.
And so Borderlands, your book, is not just a book. It's an initiative that you've been part of with History Colorado. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So we in Colorado, and Phil, welcome to our state. I'm glad you chose Colorado because it is a place of choice from all around the country.
Beautiful, wonderful place with wonderful people.
It's wonderful people, our mountains, our streams, our deserts. It's just incredible. Yeah, History Colorado is the best organization that preserves history and tells the story of America anywhere in all the 50 states. So we're very proud that it's here in Colorado. We're very proud to be part of an initiative at History Colorado on the borderlands. So we'll continue to push that because it's part of understanding who we are as a people. You can't understand who you are as a people unless you also understand where you've come from. And that's true for everybody. It's for the miners that came into Cherry Creek and into Cripple Creek and into Blackhawk. It's about the Latino, Mexican, American settlers that came in from New Mexico into the San Luis Valley and into Trinidad. It's about the African Americans who came here into Five Points, into this area. It's about women who really fought hard for the right to vote. And so that's what this is all about, really. History Colorado tells those stories in a very poignant way, from Fort Garland to Pueblo to their main headquarters here in Denver.
I've got one final question for you. If you talk to any artist, someone who paints a painting or creates a song in a band or writes a book, they will tell you what their hope is for the people who are going to receive it. And that's not always what happens, especially with music. It lands on people differently. But what do you hope readers get from reading this book when they're all done with it?
That every person is proud of who they are. It's important, no matter who you are, no matter what your background is, rural, urban, whatever your background is, that you know yourself, that you're proud of your identity, because identity is part of self-esteem. And that's what I hope people come away from this. Let's use diversity as a superpower of America, as we're doing it here in Colorado.
And when you're proud of yourself and you have self-esteem, it's easier to give grace to somebody else. Maybe that's how we get back to it. Mr. Salazar, thanks so much.
Thank you,
Nice to meet you. Appreciate it.
It's great to meet you.
We'll be right back.